Beamy, greater than 17 years old girl. Quiet type, always in the background. But live with mom and older brother. We're close, or at least I thought. But then I find out his secret. Imagine your brother smiling every single day, acting strong, making jokes, never showing weakness, but secretly writing he's tired of living. One random night, I just needed a charger. Walked into his room without knocking. Papers everywhere, some notes from school. Then a thin black notebook on the desk. I grab it, thinking it's nothing serious. Open the first page, my stomach drops hard. I'm tired of being strong, I can't keep it. The only reason I'm here is mom and sis. If not for them, I'd already quit. My hands start shaking so bad, I can't breathe. This dude was always my role model. Always cracking jokes, keeping us calm. But turns out inside he's falling apart. And now I know something I shouldn't know. Should I tell mom? Should I tell him? Or pretend nothing happened? Keep it secret? My whole world flipped just from those lines. He walks into the room, I nearly freeze. I drop the notebook back, act casual as hell. You looking for the charger? Check the drawer. He smiles at me like nothing's wrong. That same strong smile, perfect damn cover. And I realize he's been hiding pain forever. Next few days, I can't stop watching him. He laughs at dumb memes, yells at football games. But his eyes, man, they look empty, drained. I decide I can't just sit and do nothing. I start asking about his day more often. Bring him tea. Act like it's no big deal. Say things like, "You're the best," as a joke. He chuckles, but it sounds warmer somehow. Like maybe he actually feels it deep down. Then one night he whispers, staring at the window. Sometimes feels like I'm useless, like no point. I wanted to scream, "I read your notes." But I kept it locked inside, scared to break him. So I just said, "You're needed more than you know?" Smiled at him while my chest felt crushed. And I kept thinking, are my words enough to save him? Next day I wake up already nervous. Every laugh of his feels like a disguise. Every silence feels heavier than before. I start hovering near him more often. Help with little things, act casual as hell. But deep inside I'm scared of losing him. Mom doesn't notice, she thinks he's fine. She just says, "Your brother's always so strong." And I bite my lip, holding back the truth. Because I know what's written in that notebook. And it keeps replaying in my head nonstop. I wonder if he knows I'm watching him closer. Like when I sit through his dumb gaming stories. Or laugh at jokes that don't even land. Sometimes he just stares at the floor too long. And my stomach knots, waiting for words to come. But he switches fast, throws a joke, masks it. I smile, pretend I don't see the cracks. But inside I'm screaming, wishing he'd open up. So I keep pushing small bits of kindness daily, hoping it's enough to keep him above water. One night, I find him sitting in the dark. Room lit only by the streetlight outside. He doesn't even notice me at first. Then says out of nowhere, voice low as hell, "You ever feel like you're just extra?" I feel my chest cave in hearing that. I want to yell, "No, you're my whole world." But instead I sit next to him quietly. I tell him, "You matter more than you think." He looks at me like he wants to believe it. Eyes wet, but he forces a weak smile. I don't push, I just stay by his side. We sit in silence, the air heavy as hell. And I realize maybe silence is also support. After that, I make it my mission. Bring him snacks, keep conversations alive. Drop compliments disguised as sarcasm. Act like everything's normal, nothing changed. Because I want him to feel safe, not exposed. Every tiny laugh from him feels like a win. But I'm still haunted by those words on paper. And wonder, what if kindness isn't enough? Days keep passing, I'm hyper-aware of him now. Every little mood swing feels like a warning. He jokes loud with friends, then goes quiet fast. I keep thinking of that damn notebook line. I'd already quit if not for them. Those words echo every time he leaves the house. Like what if today he doesn't come back? I start texting him random stuff more often. "What you want for dinner?" type messages. But really it's just me checking if he replies. Sometimes he answers with a dumb gif. Sometimes just LOL, and I exhale in relief. I know he notices my sudden clinginess. But he doesn't call me out on it. Maybe he likes the attention, maybe he knows. Still, the fear doesn't leave my chest at all. And I keep smiling so he won't suspect. Trying to be light while my head spins heavy. Every night I think, should I tell mom? Would it help? Or just crush him more? Then one night, something different happens. He walks in my room holding 2 sodas. Drops one on my desk, sits on the floor. Says, "You've been nicer lately, why?" My heart almost explodes right there. I laugh it off, say just bored, I guess. He gives me that look like he doesn't buy it. But he doesn't push, just nods slowly. We sit drinking soda, watching dumb TikToks. And for the first time in weeks, he's relaxed. He even tells me a story from school. Actually laughing, like real laughing, not fake. And it feels like maybe he's still here with me. I catch myself smiling too hard, almost crying. But I keep it chill, don't let it show. Inside I'm screaming, stay, please just stay. He falls asleep on my bed mid-video. And I sit there staring at him breathing, thinking how fragile everything feels right now, and how much I can't lose him no matter what. A week later, I catch him zoning out. He's just staring at his untouched dinner plate. Mom's talking, but he doesn't hear a word. Finally he says, sorry, just tired. But I can see it's more than that. I want to scream, I know you're not fine. Instead I nudge him, joke about being lazy. He smirks, but his eyes stay heavy as stone. That night I can't sleep, pacing my room, thinking about that notebook over and over. What if I didn't find it? Would I notice? Would I just keep thinking he's unshakable? The thought makes me sick to my stomach. I check his door, just to be sure he's there. Quiet breathing inside gives me a little peace. I whisper to myself, he's still here tonight. But tomorrow? No guarantees, never guarantees. And that's when I realize silence is terrifying. I'd rather him cry than hide everything inside. A few days later, he surprises me. Says, want to go for a walk? Out of nowhere. I say yes instantly, heart racing as hell. We wander down empty streets, cool night air. He kicks rocks, hands stuffed in his hoodie. Suddenly he mutters, sometimes I feel invisible. It hits me like a punch to the chest. I want to blurt out, you're my whole damn world. But instead I stop and look at him hard. I tell him, you're the reason I keep going. His eyes flicker, like he's shocked I said that. He laughs nervously, calls me dramatic. But I see a crack in the mask right there. And maybe that crack is what keeps him alive. We keep walking, no more heavy words. Just dumb stories about friends and music. But deep down, I know what just happened. He trusted me with a sliver of his pain. And I gave him one piece of my heart back. Maybe that's how survival works, in small exchanges. A couple nights later, I hear his door shut. Not the usual soft close, but a slam. My stomach drops. I freeze in my room. I debate for 10 seconds, then knock gently. No answer, just muffled breathing inside. I push the door, see him hunched at the desk. Hands in his hair, notebook right in front of him. I panic inside but force a chill voice. Yo, you good? Need anything? He turns quick, slides the notebook under papers. Says, yeah, just studying, leave me alone. I nod, back away, but my chest feels crushed. I know what's in that notebook already, and I can't stop picturing the worst. The rest of the night, I can't sit still. Keep listening for noises, terrified of silence. Every creak of the house makes me jump. Finally, I text him a stupid meme. He replies with LOL, and I breathe again. But deep down I know this battle isn't over. Next morning, he acts normal as hell. Argues with me about cereal brands. Laughs too loud at a TikTok clip. But I can't unsee last night in his eyes. So I step up my game quietly. Bring him food when he doesn't ask. Sit next to him while he studies. Make him watch dumb shows with me. He rolls his eyes, but never says no. Maybe he knows I'm not letting go. Then out of nowhere he asks, do you ever think you'd be better off without me? I swear my heart stops cold right there. I shake my head so hard, almost crying. I tell him, you're literally the reason I breathe. He stares at me, searching my face. Then nods slowly, like storing it away. That night I realize how close to the edge he feels. And how one wrong silence could break everything. A few days later, Mom leaves for work. House feels too quiet, just me and him. I hear faint music from his room, low and sad. For some reason it scares the hell out of me. I knock. He actually says come in. He's lying on the bed, staring at the ceiling. Headphones half off, eyes red like he's been crying. My heart twists. I sit at the edge slowly. I ask, what's up? Trying to sound casual. He shrugs, whispers, don't know how much longer I got. Those words hit harder than any scream could. I want to tell him I read the notes. I want to beg him not to give up. But I just grab his hand instead. Say, you're stuck with me, forever, deal with it. He actually laughs a little through his tears. And that laugh feels like oxygen to me. We just sit there, holding on, saying nothing else. Silence heavy, but for once it doesn't scare me. Later that week, he does something unusual. Comes into the kitchen and helps Mom cook. She's shocked. Says, "Look who finally grew up." He smiles, not the fake one, but softer. I stand there, watching, hiding a grin. It feels like maybe the cracks are healing slowly. He even tells me a stupid joke mid-dinner. And I laugh harder than I should, just relieved. That night he knocks on my door instead. Hands me a chocolate bar without a word. I'm like, thanks. And he shrugs. Then says, "You've been different lately, nicer." My chest tightens. I play dumb. "Nah, you're imagining." But he stares at me with grateful eyes. And says softly, "Whatever it is, don't stop." I almost lose it right there, tears burning. But I smile, punch his arm lightly, keep it casual. Deep down I know he's noticing every effort. And maybe, just maybe, it's starting to matter. A couple nights later, I catch him outside. Sitting on the porch steps, hoodie up, cold air, cigarette burning between his fingers. He doesn't even smoke usually. That scared me more. I sit beside him, steal the lighter away. Say, "Since when do you smoke, dumbass?" He shrugs, says, "Since I stopped caring, I guess." That line feels like a knife in my chest. I throw the cig out, sit there stubborn. Told him, "Well, I still care, so deal with it." He chuckles, shakes his head at me. Then quietly says, "You're the only reason I try." I freeze, heart slamming, don't know what to reply. So I lean my head on his shoulder instead. And in that silence, I swear I felt him breathe easier. Like maybe, just maybe, he's still choosing to stay. I stay there with him till the night gets too cold. And I realize these tiny moments are keeping him alive. The next day, he's different somehow. Helps Mom with groceries, cracks jokes louder. Even plays old music we used to dance to as kids. I almost cry watching him fool around in the kitchen. Mom's laughing, has no idea what's been happening. And I want to keep it that way for now. Later he pulls me aside. I serious. Says, "You ever feel like someone's saving you?" I freeze, trying not to break down right there. I joke, "What, like I'm your superhero now?" He smiles, shakes his head, but softer this time. Then says, "I mean it, thank you." I brush it off, but inside I'm wrecked. Because those two words mean everything tonight. That night, I hear him humming in his room. First time in forever, he sounds almost peaceful. I realize the weight's still there, but lighter. And maybe I've given him just enough light to see ahead. A week later, he knocks on my door. He never does that, so I know it's serious. He sits on the edge of my bed, silent. I can feel my stomach twist already. Then he says, "Sometimes I wonder if you know." My heart almost stops. I play dumb instantly. "Know what? That you're annoying as hell?" He smirks, but his eyes search mine deep, like he's begging me to admit something. I want to scream. Yes, I read your notebook. I want to tell him I know everything. But instead I just nudge him with a pillow. Say, "Whatever it is, you're stuck with me." He sighs, lays back, stares at the ceiling. Then mutters, "Guess that's why I'm still here." I bite my lips so hard not to cry. Pretend I'm scrolling my phone, keep it casual. But inside I'm shaking, because those words are huge. He just admitted he's still fighting for us. The following evening, he does something rare. Asks if I want to watch a movie together. We pile on the couch, Mom already asleep. He actually picks a comedy, not his usual dark stuff. Through the film, I keep sneaking glances at him. He's laughing, real laughing, eyes brighter than before. And for the first time in months, I feel hope. Like maybe we're turning a corner finally. Near the end, he turns to me suddenly. "Hey, thanks for not giving up on me." I freeze, tears burning the back of my eyes. I just punch his arm lightly, say shut up. But he smiles, this soft, grateful smile. And it feels like sunlight cracking through clouds. After the movie, he doesn't retreat to his room. He stays, talks with me about random dreams. Like maybe the future isn't just a dark blur. That night, I fall asleep smiling for the first time in forever. A few nights later, he comes into my room, hands me a candy bar, sits down nervous. Says, "You've been different lately, why?" My chest tightens, I fake a laugh. "Different? Nah, you're just paranoid." But he shakes his head, eyes soft, serious. "No, I mean it, you've kept me here." Those words almost break me wide open. I want to confess about the notebook so bad. Want to tell him I've known all along. But instead I just smile through tears. Say, "We're family, that's what we do." He actually hugs me, first time in years. His arms tight, like he doesn't want to let go. And in that moment I know he's still fighting. Not just for himself, but for us. That night, I cry quietly after he leaves. But for once, they're not tears of fear. They're tears of hope. Maybe we're okay now. Months later, he's not the same broken shell. He laughs louder, helps mom without being asked, even goes out with friends, comes home smiling. I see color in his face again, life in his voice. And I realize maybe small things saved him. Not therapy, not big speeches, just tiny steps. A cup of tea, dumb jokes, quiet company. All adding up to keep him from falling. One evening he says softly, "Thanks for staying." I smile, punch his shoulder, hide my tears again. Because if only he knew, I almost lost him. But now he's here, and I'm not letting go. Sometimes saving someone isn't dramatic at all. Sometimes it's just showing up every day and reminding them they matter over and over. So now I'll ask you guys straight up, would you have told him you found the notebook? Or kept it secret like I did to protect him? Drop it in the comments. I really want to know. And if you felt this story, hit like and sub.